If you're deep conditioning overnight, chasing moisture, you're looking for moisture more than likely in all the wrong places. Deep conditioning your hair overnight is not a practice that you should do routinely. Like, things happen every once in a while and you want to leave the deep conditioning in your hair, that's fine. You could be doing more harm than good. So if you use protecting oils as part of your routine, you may get like the softness and shine that you've been chasing after by deep conditioning overnight. So if you watched my video on pre-poo, I explained what hypofatigue is, and that's pretty much when your hair is in water for a long period of time, it gets weaker. Just like your nails. If you leave your nails in a lot of water, what happens is they get soft, yes, but so soft that they break off more easily than they did before you left them soaking in water for a long time. So your hair is kind of the same way, and this is why deep conditioning overnight can leave your hair weaker. It might be softer, maybe a little bit shinier, but it could be weaker. And that's one of the reasons why deep conditioning your hair overnight may not be the answer to your moisture problems. Hi, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel Untwisted, and today I just wanted to give you 4 things you can try instead of deep conditioning your hair overnight to get more moisture into your hair. Because the fact of the matter is, if you're deep conditioning overnight, chasing moisture, you're looking for moisture more than likely in all the wrong places. I was guilty of that in the beginning. I thought that I needed to, I used to leave deep conditioning my hair sometimes all weekend, just trying to get like the softest hair possible. But the fact of the matter is, deep conditioning your hair overnight is not a practice that you should do routinely. Like, things happen every once in a while and you want to leave the deep conditioning in your hair, that's fine. But if you're deep conditioning your hair overnight, chasing moisture, you could be doing more harm than good. I'm going to explain to you why deep conditioning your hair overnight can be actually weakening your hair and drying it out, and 4 things you could do instead to help moisturize your natural hair. So the first thing you can do to get more moisture in your hair is counterintuitive. You can actually shampoo your hair with a clarifying shampoo to get more moisture into your hair. And I'm going to explain to you how this works, because what happens is, if you're routinely co-washing and pounding conditioners and butters and oils trying to keep your hair moisturized, after a while they become ineffective. And you need to clarify your hair for all the moisturizing ingredients to get through the cuticle and get to the center of your hair where the moisture can be effective. So if you are routinely co-washing, or even if you're using a moisturizing shampoo, every once in a while you gotta figure out what's best for your hair, whether it's once a month or once a quarter, but occasionally you should be clarifying your hair so that the ingredients and your moisturizing products can get in there and do their job. So that's my first tip, is to clarify your hair. Even when you go to a salon, they normally wash your hair twice, and they do that because they want to make sure they get whatever crap you put on your hair off so that their products can get in there and do their job. And you should make sure you do the same thing at home. So that's my first tip. If you're trying to get more moisturized hair, you can clarify it instead of leaving your deep conditioner in forever and hoping that it's more effective. Clarifying your hair will make your deep conditioner more effective. The second thing you can do to get more moisture instead of deep conditioning overnight is to use heat. Heat helps the deep conditioner penetrate your hair. You may be reluctant to use heat because of its bad reputation in the natural hair community, but the truth of the matter is, if you use heat with a deep conditioner, especially one that says to use heat with it, your hair will be in better shape because of it. It will be more effective than leaving it on and sleeping with it overnight. So that is my second tip for making your deep conditioner more effective, is to deep condition with heat. You can do that either with a bonnet dryer, or they have like these caps where you like take this pack out of it, put it in the microwave, heat it up, and like you put the cap on your head so that you can walk around with this heat on your head. So you don't have to leave deep conditioner in your hair overnight to get the maximum impact. You can heat it up instead. So that's my second tip. My third tip for retaining moisture is to look to strengthening treatments. Now, there's this thing in the natural hair community where everybody seems to be low porosity, and everybody's scared to use strengthening treatments on their hair because their hair is low porosity and moisture already has a hard time getting in, and they might be protein sensitive and all these other things, and that's fine. So what low porosity means is that your hair cuticles are tightly packed. And it's true that moisture may have a hard time getting in, but even tightly packed cuticles can have little holes from damage in it. And I'm not even talking about chemical damage or just being bad with your hair. Just combing, brushing, regular maintenance can chip away at your cuticle. So strengthening treatments can go ahead and patch those holes up, and that will help maintain moisture that might be leaving through those holes. So even if you have done a porosity test and believe you're low porosity, a strengthening treatment may actually help you maintain moisture and get shine, and the salt may help you get the shine and softness that you're looking for, because those holes also make the cuticle feel a little bit rough. So if you feel like your hair is rough and dry and not maintaining moisture, and you've been doing all the moisturizing things, then it may be time to look to a strengthening treatment. And I'm not talking all out Apple-G treatment. You could literally just try rotating in a deep condition that says strengthening in it, because those will more than likely contain some kind of protein or other strengthening agent, and that can actually help repair the little holes in your cuticle, and that might make your hair feel smoother and hold on to the moisture that you're trying to get by deep conditioning overnight. That's my third tip, to get moisture without deep conditioning overnight. My fourth tip to get moisture without deep conditioning overnight is to look to oils. Again, so oils are one of those things that have a bad rep in the natural hair community, but to be honest, I used to avoid oils because I thought they were blocking moisture out of my hair, and they get a bad reputation for blocking out moisture. And people are like, oh, oils don't moisturize hair, but they like lubricate the strands and help protect them from damage, so that they slide next to each other, so they slide off of your comb. So if you use protecting oils as part of your routine, you may get like the softness and shine that you've been chasing after by deep conditioning overnight. That's my fourth tip. My fourth tip is to look into protecting oils to use on your hair after you have washed it. Again, so like I said, that's one of those things where I was like, oh, oils don't moisturize, I need more moisture, more moisture, more moisture. And what I actually ended up helping my hair some are lubricating oils. Curly Chemistry explains the difference between penetrating and protecting oils, and whether you are low porosity or high porosity, having that protecting oil keeps your hair from drying out and can help to prevent damage. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in New York City, and so most of the people where I live did not have cars, so we would spend a lot of time outside waiting for buses. And when I was a kid, people's parents used to slap Vaseline on their face when it was cold outside. And what that did was like put a protective barrier to keep the wind from drying out the kids' faces, and it actually helped them from getting cold. It's the same way that oils on your hair can help against environmental damage like the sun, or in this case like winter cold. Like heavier products it depends, like you have to experiment, because if you have finer hair, it might not be the best thing, but it might be the answer that you're looking for instead of deep conditioning overnight. And just a bonus tip, your body like prioritizes different systems. That's why if you're outside, your body, if it's cold outside, your body warms up your core first, because that's more important. That's why fingers and toes get frostbitten first, because your body prioritizes the most important organs. So if you're not drinking enough water in your diet, your hair is probably going to be dry, because your body got better things to do with the water than moisturize your situation. So a bonus tip is to make sure that you're getting enough water in your diet in general, so that your body has enough extra moisture to go to your hair. So just make sure you're drinking. It doesn't necessarily always have to be water. It could be water, it could be tea, it could be like water packed fruits and vegetables like apples or cucumbers, but you need to make sure you have enough moisture in your body in general, because your body's going to protect the most important organs. And while your hair may be very important to you, it's not the top priority of your body. So just try to make sure you get enough water in your diet, and that will do more good for you than trying to get more moisture in your hair by leaving deep conditioner in your hair overnight or for several days. So those were my 4 tips for helping to moisturize your hair without deep conditioning overnight. I hope you found this helpful. Comment down below and let me know if you deep condition your hair overnight, or if you are going to stop because of the information you heard in this video, or maybe a few things that you can try. Again, thank you for watching,